Hi, I'm Sarahbyoga and welcome to your yoga class with me today. This is going to be a class that's predominantly about back bends. We're going to be doing them lying down, our bellies prone, and also in standing poses in order to bring strength and movement and mobility to the back. Quite often our backs, especially if you haven't been doing yoga for a while, which may be the case, I'm recording this just after Christmas, our backs can become quite weak and stiff. And it's really important to have a back, all the muscles running up and down the spine and all around the back area, nice and mobile and strong, so that we're able to sit upright comfortably, but also having a strong backbone also works psychologically as well. We're better able to stop and pause before reacting, to look at stickier parts of our conditioned minds, and even to bring more kindness into our lives. So, yogic theory aside, do make sure that you have subscribed and that you've liked, and do follow me on Patreon. And yoga teachers out there, be aware that my next mentorship program begins on the 4th of March. All the details for all of that are in all the description below here. Let's begin with our practice. I want you please to begin on hands and knees. So I'm beginning with this idea of back bending. Make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. I want you to come into a normal neutral spine, which takes some abdominal strength. So slightly press in the lower ribs, look down, and then from here around your back. So we're actually doing the opposite of what we'll be following on in class, but I want you to have this as something to compare back bends again. So cat pose here. Angry Halloween cat. Draw your navel in and stretch the muscles on your back. And then come back to your normal neutral spine. Again, a little bit of abdominal strengthening. Then lift your chin, come into a back bend here, an extension. Lift up your sitting bones. Now sometimes when we're doing back bends we can glitch a little bit, be a little bit too tight in the lower back. So be aware of pushing that and don't push that, ease off a little bit. We want this to be therapeutic. Press your shoulders a bit more back towards your bottom. And then from here, tuck your toes under and come into a bent knee downward facing dog. So pick up your knees, push your chest towards your thighs. Keep lifting your shoulders up towards your tailbone. Hang your head. And as you draw your navel in, so you're keeping your abdominal muscles toned and supportive, start to stretch your legs straighter by pressing your heels towards the floor. Now we're going to step forward from here. So bend both of your knees and look forwards, and step your right foot forward between your hands. You might need to take a couple of steps. You might need to use your hand to help you. Step your foot forward and bring your back knee down. Then from here, bring your hands, both of your hands, onto your right leg. And push yourself up, so coming into a back bend here, slowly and with care. Lift the base of your breastbone up a little bit more towards the ceiling and keep looking straight ahead. Make sure that you've placed your knee so that your back leg is at a kind of like a 45-degree angle. You haven't placed your knee right underneath your hip, so try and bring it back more if you have done that. And then from here, interlace your fingers behind your back. If this is too much, then just keep your hands on your hips. Press your hands down, lift your heart, and press your legs towards each other. So get this feeling of dragging your front foot towards your back knee and pushing your back knee forward so that your lower body is strong, the muscles around your pelvis are engaged, and that will help to stabilize the lower back and let it lift up. And do lift your heart and feel like you're lengthening your spine from your tailbone up to the crown of your head. Then look down at your right foot, separate your fingers, bring your hands down to the floor. Pick up your back knee and stay here with the back leg straight for a moment. Feel that the back heel is vertical, it's not turning out to the left or the right. And then step back to your downward facing dog. Do it with bent knees again to begin with, like you set it up with before. Push your hands forward. Claw the mat a little bit with your fingerprints. Then again begin to straighten your legs, so you're stretching the back body again. Push your hands forward to make that happen a bit more of a lengthening in the backs of the legs. Then bend both of your knees and look forwards and step the left foot forward. Again, you might want to assist. Make sure that your left fingertips are up. Then bring your back knee down and back again just a little bit. Keep your back toes tucked under. Bring your hands onto your left thigh. Push them down to lift your heart. Press the front foot towards the back knee and the back knee forward. Squeeze your bottom even more. Lift your heart. If you could sit a little deeper into the pose, then do. But keep the stability in the lower body. Then again, you can bring your hands to your hips or interlace your fingers the other way, the non-dominant class. Press your knuckles towards that back inner knee. Lift your heart. Keep your legs strong, keep your legs engaged. And again, get that feeling of lifting the heart, lifting the head light up away from the chest. So that you stretch your spine, lengthen, find space as you strengthen your back, pressing your shoulder blades towards each other, and even press your shoulder blades slightly down and into the back of your heart. Release your hands, bring them to the floor, step back again into downward facing dog. Now come into plank. Keep your hips buoyant. Push your hands down. 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees down. Come all the way down to the floor. And bring your hands forward. Then lift your throat. Slide your hands back a little bit more towards you. Possibly lift up one more rib on each front side of your body. Keep your legs on the floor. Press your hands down. Keep your arms strong. Keep engaging your arms. Stay with this. Then come all the way down. Let your hands slide forwards. Now bring your hands by the sides of your ribs. For Cobra Pose, push your hands down. Push down through the bases of your index fingers and curl up. Press your legs towards each other and your tailbone down towards the floor. And then as you did before, as we were in that low lunge, squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other and then press them down into the back of your heart. 3, 2, 1. Down facing dog. Come to hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. Pick your knees up and push back. Now bring your feet together. And raise your right leg up and back, parallel to the floor, or a little lower, but not higher. And try and keep that right hip point facing down to the floor. So you're strengthening the lower back here. Obviously the abdominal muscles are carrying the weight of that leg as well. Press them in, press in the lower ribs. And then bring your knee towards your nose, stay here. Come onto your right fingertips. Then step your right foot forward between your hands. And you can use your right hand to help you do that if you need to. Bring your back knee down again. Now bring your right hand onto your right thigh, just the right hand this time, and flatten the left hand. And do that work again of pressing your front foot to the back knee and the back knee forward. Squeeze your bottom. And then draw the left side of your lower belly towards your right inner thigh. And then the left ribs. And then the left shoulder, and rotate that touch more, and then the icing on the cake, turn your head. You can keep your right hand on your leg or bring your arm up. You can keep your arm up or, and I recommend this if you can, if you've got the mobility, bend the elbow, bring your right hand to the back of your head and lean back a little bit here. And then the pressing of your head into your hand will help move the shoulder back, and then bring the elbow back more towards your back foot. 3, keep your left arm straight. 2, 1, now straighten that right arm again. Look down and come into plank. Pick up your back knee and step back. Come all the way down to the floor. Now if you can do this with your legs straight, be my guest, or bring your knees down first. Come into Cobra again. Slide your hands back a little bit so that they're by your lower ribs, and come up. Press your shoulder blades towards each other. And now come halfway down, pick up your hands and interlace your hands behind your back. Press your knuckles towards your feet, squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other, and possibly come up a little bit higher with your heart and your throat and your hands. And lift your shoulder blades up towards each other, lift your shoulders up away from the floor. Option here to pick up both of your legs as well and press them towards each other. Keep breathing as smoothly and calmly as you can. Really notice that breath. Then bring your hands to the floor by the sides of your ribs, tuck your toes under, come to hands and knees, then downward facing dog. Bring your 2 feet together again. Inhale the left leg up and back, and again, I really want you to work on the stability in the legs as you do this. Squeeze your bottom. Don't bring that leg up high and turn towards the left. Keep your belly and your chest and that left hip point facing down. Then bring your knee to your nose. Come onto your left fingertips and step your left foot forward between your hands. Bring your back knee down. Bring your left hand onto your left thigh. Plant your right hand flat. Turn the fingers a little bit out to the right. And then turn the right side of your lower belly towards the left leg. Turn the rest of the barrel of your torso left, left, left. Keep the back toes tucked under. Push those back toes down. See if that helps you turn even more. And then you have the option to bring your arm up or bring it around to the back of your head and lean back as you bring the elbow back. And push the elbow away from your back foot towards the front of your mat. So you're getting some space in that left shoulder too. This is really good preparation work for side angle pose, which we're not going to do today, in this class anyway. But nevertheless, if you find side angle pose tricky, do this more. Look down, bring your left hand down. And again, back to plank pose. Pick up your back knee. Strong plank. 5 more seconds here with your knees on the floor or your legs up. 3, or your knees up. 2, 1. Now come all the way down. Bring both of your arms ahead like you did the first time. Pick up your left leg. Pick up your right arm. And possibly slide your left hand back more and come up a little bit higher. Press your tailbone down. Now move your left leg towards your right leg. 3, relax your face. 2, 1, bring the left leg down, the right hand down, pick up the right leg, the left arm, and again move the right leg a little closer to the left leg so the inner thigh engages. Maybe slide the right hand back a little bit more towards you. Both arms and legs straight. 3, 2, 1, downward facing dog. Place your hands by your ribs, press back. Now a counter pose for all those back bends that you've done. Bring your knees to the floor. Big toes touch side by side. Bring your toenails to the floor. Lift your chin and lift your sitting bones. And then move your hips towards your heels. Child's pose, walk your hands forward and bring your forehead to the floor. So stretching the muscles on the back. More rounding, more forward folding pattern here. Notice your breathing and measure it, calm it, bring it to a more steady, soft pace. Keep your arms straight, press your hands down pretty firmly. And then come up to hands and knees and come into Shavasana. Just a 1-minute Shavasana, so do it. Don't run away. Come into a pose where you can now assimilate all the work that you've done. Make sure you're really comfortable here and you're lying symmetrically. So imagine that there's a line that runs straight down the middle of your body. Make sure that your arms and legs are an equal distance away from it. Just a short practice here. So as you soften and let go, let your body go, remind your mind that you can come back to this short practice time and time again. Little and often is a great way of strengthening and mobilising your back. Now let go of goals and things that you want to attain, and let go of your body. Just about 40 more seconds here. Rest and relax in silence. Now bend your knees, one leg at a time, and roll onto your right side. Rest here, keep your eyes closed. Stabilize the balance of lying on your side with your left hand on the floor in front of your chest. And let the weight of your body, again, like in Shavasana, just drop to the floor and be held by the ground. And then push down with your left hand and your right to bring yourself up to sit cross-legged. Sit tall with your strong back. Bring your hands into your heart. Lower your chin. Release your hands and bring them to your legs. Then lift your chin and open your eyes. Namaste. Well done. And as I said when you were coming into Shavasana, this is a great practice to keep coming back to, and not necessarily on YouTube. I think you can probably remember a lot of these poses, so feel free to just be in your living room, be in your bedroom, wherever it may be, and you don't even have to roll out your mat. Just do a few of these poses, and you'll find that if you can do them with regularity, you will be surprised how quickly your back becomes stronger, and you're able to sit tall, eating, working, driving, whatever it may be, with your back muscles engaged, supporting your abdominal muscles, and your spine will get stronger and hopefully also more mobile. Take care. I hope the rest of your day goes really well.